Hello everyone, Digital Circus Theory is with you, and today we will discuss a very exciting topic. Subscribe to the channel, like it, and finally click on this bell. And we're starting. There are many theories about the amazing digital circus, but some of them go too far and there's no hiding it. I can do it myself sometimes. Some theories are dispelled with the release of the spoiler sequel, or the author's usual answer to the viewer's question, and eventually turn into myths. Today we will discuss the most popular or not so popular myths about the amazing digital circus, as well as the most interesting ones. Although I would not be surprised that some of them will be confirmed and become reality, despite all their absurdity. But this is unlikely. Even if it's not known what Glitch and Gooseworks have prepared for us. I guess you shouldn't expect plot twists for the sake of plot twists. It has long been proven to us that the project is quite cool. Even though everything may be banal at the beginning. It's like another adventure where the characters run there, then run here, and suddenly everything is interrupted by a very interesting scene where there is a rather deep meaning, and I like it. I hope that the next episodes will take place at about the same pace. And what about the myths? Where are we most mistaken in the universe of the digital circus, and at what points do the most disputes arise? The first myth sounds as absurd as it is interestingly explained. Kane is a human being. Yes, there is such an opinion too, although I assumed it myself, but the theory concerns Kane personally as a character. We are not talking about Kane as part of a digital circus system. The myth is that Kane is played by a local admin who runs everything here, or at least an admin who is appointed by the boss who runs the digital circus company. It is strange for some viewers to see a single character in the role of a neural network, while the rest of the NPCs behave too corny, have standard phrases and behavior. Kane, as if an intelligent being, talks, answers questions. Maybe there is a villain on the other side of the screen who mocks people in the digital world and does not let them escape. And with the release of the second episode, this myth continues to spread on the internet. But true fans know that this is just a myth, since Gooseworks has confirmed that Kane is artificial intelligence. Maybe at times he behaves like a human, but this is what the program is designed for, that he responds to people, and in general, he just executes his given command, sends heroes on adventures, explains to them the rules of the quest or what awaits them, explains some new modifications, sometimes at Kane pretty unnatural behavior for a human. Kane is a neural network that just needs to be a little more human. In fact, he plays the role of a local entertainer who knows everything and gives quests, but he does not know the feeling of some kind of empathy at all. When people get into the circus, they are clearly in a panic, especially after realizing that they cannot get out of here. Okay? But still another adventure awaits us. And it's better not to worry your head. This is a program that needs to be funny, friendly, mischievous, and even more so, the author confirmed that Kane is not a person. The next myth is the most interesting. The digital circus is a horror. And again, we have confirmation from the author that this is not a horror, by no means, and even more so, the second episode is coming out. Where did you see the horror? Yes, there is sometimes a gloomy picture. I would even say that the semantic load in the second episode is quite frightening, and in the first too, but this is a black comedy, not a horror movie. It seems that several genres are mixed here, including horror. But these are adventures, fiction, and comedy. But all this is overlaid by one single genre, which is black comedy. But where did the opinion come from that the amazing digital circus is a horror? Not only because the people who shot horror films abruptly switched to a digital circus, but also because the series itself is based on the story I Don't Have a Mouth, but I Have to Scream from the author Harlan Ellison. We all know that the story is dedicated to a world where there is already a post-apocalypse and a computer runs everything, and this computer mocks the remaining people. Naturally, this character is the prototype of Kane, which is where a lot of theories about horror, and in particular, about the evil essence of Kane came from. But it's worth understanding that the series only took the story as a basis. This is not a film adaptation. The name is different, the characters are different, the plot is completely different, and the semantic load is also different. Maybe there are some references to the story in the circus. Let's say there are 6 heroes, and there were 6 in the story, although the 6th character is just the same computer that destroyed humanity. It is clear that this is a myth, and the amazing digital circus is not a horror. And the next myth is probably why we came here. Jax, this is an NPC. Yes, I also repent. I am sinful. I also assumed something similar, but I did not claim that Jax is some kind of artificial character or NPC. I just thought that he had more opportunities in the circus than the others, thereby being a kind of secret agent sent by this company to keep an eye on the rest of the players. But it seems to me that the theory is far-fetched, and here the theses touch, firstly, the presence of keys to all rooms at Jax. Secondly, the lack of empathy. Jax does anything with anyone, and he doesn't regret it. He even has fun, but let's get it in order. Availability of keys to all rooms. In the second episode, we found out where he got all the keys from. It turns out he doesn't really have any keys. He was just showing off with this phrase. We found out that Jax skillfully steals them, and then he stole the key to her room from Regatha and maybe left the centipede there, and once stole the key from Kaufmo, and then in the second episode, he stole the key from Regatha again, which the Candy Princess gave her. The lack of empathy does not mean anything. Jax may well just not care about others, that during his lifetime, when he was still an ordinary person, that in the circus, remember similar people from his life? Are they all robots and NPCs? Is a person not capable of such actions? It is unlikely that an NPC will participate in adventures with other players for entertainment. The point of the company is to send some kind of secret agent or NPC to the players under the guise of a player. They can't get out of there anyway, and Kane does an excellent job. There is a similar myth about Pomni, but Kane has already recognized her as a person, and she behaves quite naturally. In general, all the same facts apply here as about the rest, so none of the heroes are NPCs. They came up with their own stories. But what if that NPC? What if it's an NPC? We're all NPCs, although, NPC sounds cool as a new swear word or insult. And if we are all NPCs and we are all in the Matrix, or maybe I don't exist at all and I am a neural network. In this world, you have to prove that you are real by any means. But most of all, I'm surprised that the second episode is the first, yes, even after the release of the full-fledged second episode, where it says that this is the second episode, there are people who say that this is the first episode. I understand that after the posts by Glitch and Gooseworks, many people called the upcoming episode the first one, because not everyone is subscribed to their Twitter, Tumblr, and so on. Even on YouTube, it would seem, far from all viewers of the amazing digital circus are subscribed, but after the release of the second episode, they should not call it the second, but the first. What kind of nonsense is this? Many people were confused by the pilot because according to the rules it is considered that the pilot is not the first episode, but how it is considered and how it actually is. These are generally different things. But still, they wrote to you that this is the second episode. What other evidence is needed here? I don't understand. What myths about the amazing digital circus do you know? Write about it in the comments.